Your forecast first, sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, as we look at the satellite radar picture, we did have some thunderstorms around earlier this afternoon. You can see those racing off to the east and how about this, into Indiana. Easy for me to say, I'm from there. But those are out of here, and we're done. Temperatures tonight in the lower 70s. Ignore this plume of heat that our weather system is somehow plotting on there. That is inaccurate. But I can tell you this accurately. Things will be calm for the morning commute tomorrow, but we could see some late day storms by the evening. We'll track those for you coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
It was a verdict 2 years in the making. What's next in the case against Brent Christensen? Plus, one city is preparing for a casino. What leaders in Danville are looking for. And later, coffee linked to weight loss. Why the new study encourages up to 3 cups a day.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
It took less than 2 hours for a jury to decide Brent Christensen is guilty of kidnapping and killing U of I scholar Yingying Zhang. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. That verdict didn't come as much of a surprise. When the trial started, Christensen's own defense team admitted he did it. Soon the sentencing phase will start. Christensen faces life in prison or the death penalty. Today's proceedings started with closing arguments. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Eugene Miller spoke for federal prosecutors this morning, he said he had no idea the defense team was going to admit their client's guilt right out of the gate. The jury still had to sit through 8 days of testimony and evidence because the government still had the burden of proving Christensen was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Despite all of that evidence and testimony, all of the FBI agents and police detectives who testified say they never recovered Zhang's remains. Now, Zhang's family was in the courtroom today to hear that verdict. Her father didn't show much emotion while it was read, but was hugged by people sitting around him afterwards. It was a different story outside, though. Zhang's father read a statement in reaction to the verdict. Her mother, as you can hear there, was so overcome with emotion while he was reading, she started sobbing. They had to take a break. Then an attorney who's been working with the family continued reading. He explained how they're happy with the verdict, but the pain they have felt from losing their daughter is far from over.
As of today, we still could not imagine how we will live the rest of our lives without her. There's no language that can describe our pain and suffering. We hope and believe that this trial will eventually bring justice to Yingying and us.
When the family was asked about whether life in prison for Christensen would be justice, they said they'll leave that up to the jury. They believe whatever the outcome is in the sentencing phase, that it will bring justice. Now, like we said, he will either be sentenced to life in prison or the death penalty. Which one he gets will be up to the same jury who decided he's guilty. They'll gather again on July 8th for more testimony. The judge expects that phase of the trial to last 2 to 3 weeks. We have much more coverage on this trial on our website, WCIA.com. Other news tonight, city leaders in Danville appear to be on board about bringing a casino to town. Governor Pritzker still hasn't signed the casino expansion bill, but he made it clear that he would. So Danville leaders will be holding a solicitation of interest meeting. Council will open the floor to see which developers would be interested in taking on the project. They'll also talk about where the casino could potentially set up shop. People in town we spoke with say they see ups and downs, but overall they think having a casino would be a good bet.
Not a lot of people come here other than to go to our parks, so maybe it'll bring more attention to the city and stuff will, maybe good things will happen. It'll, better things might follow suit.
Council plans to talk about all of their possibilities a week from tomorrow. A large crumbling hole on a Vermilion County bridge has some people worried. We're talking about the Perrysville Road Bridge over I-74 near Danville. We heard your concerns, so we went out there to check it out. A large metal slab was bolted to the pavement covering the hole. It's a temporary fix, and a neighbor we spoke with says it's not enough.
I don't think it's going to help. I think if anything, it's going to cause more of a problem. That's what I'm worried about, is all the cement breaking, falling on a car on 74.
We reached out to the county highway department to see who has jurisdiction. They told us to check with the city. The city's public works department told us it's in IDOT's hands. We called and left a message with IDOT to find out more about this repair and any future maintenance plans. We have not heard back as of tonight. Leaders in Macon County are having the same discussion for the second time in 2 months. They're talking about reducing crime. One of city's council goals is to demolish more vacant homes. Right now, they have about 183 houses set to be torn down, but they're looking to add more to that list. One city council member says that plan will create a more vibrant community.
There are other signs of distress in our neighborhoods. Those include a decrease in property values. They include a reduction in the percent of homes that are occupied by the homeowner.
Another big focus is crime statistics in different neighborhoods. They're looking at 3 areas that have the most criminal activity: downtown, Wabash Crossing, and Milliken Heights. Those areas could be the focus of revitalization work in the near future. New for you tonight at 9, a Mattoon High School teacher is getting national recognition for her heroic actions 2 years ago. In September 2017, Angie McQueen stopped an active shooter in the school cafeteria. Today, the district announced she received the Carnegie Medal. McQueen and several others from throughout the U.S. and Canada received the award. They're honored for risking their lives to save others. One airline is investigating after a passenger was forgotten about and left alone on an empty plane. Plus, could Toys R Us be making a comeback? The latest push from a former store exec.
High temperatures today, making it just below that normal. 85 is where we should be now as we step into the last week of June. 82 again, the high. Roofing Dog, INET, First Mid-Bank weather camera. Some isolated storms. We've had those. But things are going to clear out, and we're going to really warm things back up soon. We'll talk about that coming up. Here's your weather quiz. Estimated 25 million cloud-to-ground lightning flashes each year in the U.S. How many are in Illinois alone? 200, 500, 800,000, or 1 million? We'll have the correct answer in the forecast coming up.